And now let's continue watching the rest of the video to see how US farmers are dealing with invasive wild boar populations, shall we? The law allows year-round hunting of wild cows, and it is estimated that nearly 1 million animals are hunted each year. However, this is not enough to control the population, with around 30% of the population in New South Wales hunted every year. But wild cow numbers still increase by 20% each year, according to estimates by biologists, and wildlife management by up to 70%. To maintain the population, annual capture is inevitable for wild boars. This is a large, ferocious, and very intelligent animal with strong reproductive ability. This uniqueness means that conventional methods of population control are often ineffective, so hunting is the only viable alternative. Choosing the right location to hunt wild pigs is very important, especially when faced with expensive plane rental costs. In the skies of New South Wales, where seasoned hunters are often encountered, is a great choice for those looking for adventure and adrenaline. The mountainous areas of New South Wales are not only prime habitats for wild BS, but are also where the challenge of controlling this population is meant to conserve the state's diverse ecosystems. These creatures thrive in dense forests and areas with a lot of vegetation. In these areas, wild BS can be quite large in size. However, it is very difficult to detect them. To chase away wild pigs, helicopters need to fly at low altitudes over dense forest areas. The wind force from the propeller will create chaos, causing wild pigs to feel scared and move to another area. However, to ensure effectiveness, you need to quickly shoot them down in a timely manner, destroying them one by one. During this time, practicing hunting skills in swampy areas, where visibility is clearer, is important to easily kill wild pigs. Continuing onto the plains and grasslands is also a good option, as this is where wildlife is most common. The helicopter will gradually move down when wild pigs are detected, but flying too low should be avoided to avoid damaging the tree. The pilot's movement speed and agility both greatly affect the hunter's harvest yield, so they always need to be ready to hunt. When you spot a wild boar in the field, quickly aim and shoot with an accuracy rate of up to 70% each time. If wild boars escape the first shot, they will change direction and accelerate away. You need to be flexible in flying the helicopter to continue chasing them, which is sometimes quite difficult for beginners. To become a professional aerial hunter, you need to practice your skills and learn a lot about the behavior of wild animals like wild pigs. Wild birds often move far to find shelter, and you must calculate the distance and time to continue pursuing them after each shot. This job seems simple, but requires patience and skill. The hunter group needs to choose the right location and find a way to harvest efficiently, as seen with closing down entire herds without missing a single animal. In the search for wild boar in the fields, another wild boar appeared, and the battle continued. Can wild pigs escape into the forest in time after a few seconds of the helicopter flying up? If you pay attention to the surface of these sands, you can see many war footprints, Such areas need to be observed more carefully. It is often easier to hunt wild boar by helicopter in the fields. Wild boars can move alone or in groups in search of food. However, their moving speed is often slower because there are many plants. It is often easier to hunt wild boar in these areas, but you must be careful of all possibilities. It is estimated that every day a helicopter can catch about 200 to 600 wild animals. The cost of renting a helicopter here ranges from $2,000 to $5,000. So if you choose helicopter for one day, it will be such a high number. The real question is this money worth it? If you think it's worth it, leave a number 1 below in the comment section. Otherwise, leave a number 0. Continue watching the rest of the video to learn how to trap and hunt wild pigs, because only this way can kill a certain number of wild pigs. And building fences cannot completely prevent wild boars from entering farming areas. Wild boars often move in herds. Hunting can create opportunities for wild boars to escape and hide in the forest. Only one wild boar was captured dead in 2022, but a group of hunters in Brazoria County, Texas, took 10 feral hogs. There are some types of traps that are also broken by wild boars to escape, and building fences is sometimes ineffective. Wild boars are intelligent animals and have the ability to destroy fences to enter agricultural areas. In 2022, a farmer in Beard County, Texas, built a 6.56 feet high fence to prevent wild boars from entering his farm. However, after a while, intruders destroyed the fence and caused damage to crops in some other areas. The lack of completeness of the fence also makes them easy to overcome. According to a study by Texas A&M University, each wild boar can cause up to $2,000 in damage per year. Wild stem boars can also cause a lot of damage to agriculture, including destroying crops, stealing food, and spreading disease. Each litter can give birth to 5 to 12 cubs, and the gestation period is about 114 days. In particular, wild boars also have the ability to reproduce 2 to 3 times per year, creating conditions for the population to grow rapidly. With such high fertility, Just one female wild boar can give birth to more than 100 piglets within 2 years. This explains why feral hog numbers in Texas have increased significantly. According to statistics from the U.S. Wildlife Service (FWS), from 2000 to 2022, the number of wild pigs in Texas has increased from 2.5 million to 5 million and has spread to 254 counties. Wild boars are not limited to any particular type of terrain, but can exist in many different environments, from deep forests to vast grasslands, from mountainous plateaus to vast plains. Whether day or night, they can travel long distances to find food. They are able to endure all weather conditions, from colder days to extremely hot days. In addition, the wild boar's ability to eat a diverse diet is another important factor that increases its ability to survive. They can eat vegetables, fruits, grains, and even animal carcasses. This flexibility in diet gives wild pigs the ability to forage effectively in any land they choose to inhabit. In the wild boars can reach weights of up to 750 pounds. Their outstanding feature is their high self-defense ability, equipped with sharp teeth and sharp claws. Although wild boars in Texas do not encounter any natural enemies except humans, large predators such as tigers, lions, and panthers have disappeared, causing ecological imbalance. The lack of natural enemies has allowed for a significant increase in wild boar numbers. They can reproduce and grow without facing natural threats. The population is increasing significantly, placing great pressure on the environment and wild boar species. Increased demand for land and food causes wild boars to invade cultivated areas and face fierce competition with humans. Their need for food is also increasing, forcing them to search for food in new areas, sometimes lands that are being used for other purposes. Infrastructure development, such as roads and railways, creates new migration routes for wild pigs, expands habitat and food sources, and changes economic structures. Conversion from agriculture to industry can lead to the abandonment of agricultural land, creating new opportunities and challenges for wild boars. These issues pose major challenges in wildlife conservation and management. The solutions have had an impact in preventing the development of local areas that some invasive species have taken. The United States is famous for its unique ecosystems and diversity of wildlife. Recently, they were faced with an unprecedented challenge: an increase in attacks of crocodiles in one of the rural municipalities. So how did American farmers react to 3,000 crocodiles attacking their city? In October 2023, the city of Miami, Florida saw a series of alligator attacks, leaving more than 100 people attacked and 30 people dead within a week. This alarming situation raises questions about how America's farming and civilian communities will deal with an influx of alligators and the dangers that come with it. In the wake of the alligator crisis, American farmers have needed to come up with creative solutions to deal with the threat posed by these alligators. Together, they built a sturdy steel fence around the city, creating a resilient physical barrier against crocodile incursions. The infiltration of the fences is not only a deterrent, but also the city's first line of defense against the invasion of crocodiles. The construction of these steel structures is a testament to the relentless determination and ingenuity of American agriculture. The community's innovative approach to using fences over the past 30 years has played a vital role in protecting the city. This fence was deployed for miles around the city's perimeter, creating an impenetrable boundary. This unified effort saw close cooperation between farmers and local authorities and demonstrated the power of community. Alligator hunting has been a part of Miami history for centuries, with indigenous people using simple tools like spears to hunt these reptiles. Using baited hooks, they hunted alligators from both the shore and boats, creating a distinct culture and customs in Miami. To ensure the sustainability of crocodile populations and the safety of both hunters and guides, specific guidelines have been established. Licensing crocodile hunters ensures that only people with appropriate training and knowledge are allowed to engage in hunting within certain time limits each year, thereby preventing overhunting and allowing crocodile populations to thrive during their breeding period. Crocodile hunting is limited to designated areas to manage populations and minimize encounters between crocodiles and the public. Alligator hunting is not only a part of Miami history, but also serves an important purpose beyond being a tradition. It plays an important role in population control. ensuring that crocodile numbers are managed effectively and preventing potential threats to humans and other wildlife. The importance of alligator hunting becomes clear when looking at statistics on alligator populations and hunting activity in Miami, according to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. With approximately 1.3 million alligators living in the state of Florida, careful management of them is extremely important to protect both people and wildlife. In 2022 alone, approximately 2,000 alligators were legally harvested in Miami, contributing to population control efforts. These numbers clearly demonstrate the important role of crocodile hunting in ensuring the safety of the city's residents and visitors. Although alligators are an integral part of the Florida ecosystem, they can be dangerous to humans and other animals. Regulated hunting helps maintain a delicate balance, conserving both these remarkable reptiles and ensuring the well-being of Miami communities. Throughout Miami's history, alligator hunting has been deeply intertwined with the area's cultural heritage. This is not only a tradition, but also a means of responsible population management, ensuring the safety of both people and alligators by following regulations and guidelines established by the state. The increase in alligator attacks in Miami is a stark reminder of the growing challenges brought about by environmental change. The alligator crisis is a wake-up call for all American cities, calling on them to prepare for the unexpected challenges of a changing world. Keeping a safe distance and reporting immediately when you spot an alligator are important principles to ensure the safety of both humans and alligators. Miami's alligator crisis serves as a reminder of the importance of adapting to a changing world and finding creative solutions to protect communities. Red-eared turtles are an invasive species that competes with native turtles for habitat and food sources. Several other turtle species in the United States are at risk of extinction, given the predicament of millions of invasive turtle species. Are you curious to know how farmers here handle it? If so, please leave number 1 and start right away. Let's explore the origins of the red-eared slider turtle in the Mississippi River Valley in the United States and other water systems in northeastern Mexico. Red-eared slider turtles have been introduced worldwide and now occupy parts of every continent except Antarctica. Many are released as unwanted pets after they grow too large for their living space. often released as part of traditional religious ceremonies. The red-eared slider turtle has long been cited by conservationists as one of the causes of the decline of native turtles when they are taken out of their natural habitat. Claims in the scientific literature about the role of red-eared slider turtles are sometimes exaggerated or lack solid evidence from experimental research under natural conditions. The rapid rise of this species worldwide has placed it on the global database's list of the 100 worst invasive species, with more than 2,000 red-eared species recorded. The introduction of slider turtles into Europe, especially in areas with warmer climates such as the Mediterranean, is thought to have a negative impact on European pond ecosystems. Although this turtle species has the scientific name Emys orbicularis, biological evidence about its impacts is often only speculative or based on small-scale experiments in artificial conditions, which may not fully reflect the interaction in complex natural environments, especially in lands altered and degraded by human activities. Rather than being a global exception, the provision of new habitats could face challenges for native species, including turtles, as they face the adverse effects of dominance of invasive species, along with other causes of species decline. The interaction of these factors in aquatic ecosystems is very complex, especially with omnivores such as slider turtles. General studies of the habitat of slider turtles have generally shown that they are well adapted to environmental changes and are often dominant in the harsh urban environments where they are introduced. Each red turtle can lay 50 to 100 eggs per year, increasing the species' growth in new environments. Able to survive in harsh habitats, slider turtles are able to tolerate dirty water at low temperatures and lack of food. However, under the Endangered Species Act, ECA, red-eared sliders are recognized as a dangerous invasive species. As a result, releasing and releasing red-eared sliders into the wild has been banned to prevent the spread, according to U.S. Department of Agriculture regulations. Additionally, many states and agencies in the United States have implemented their own measures to address the problem of invasive slider turtles. several states have enacted laws banning turtles as pets, aiming to minimize the species' impact on local ecosystems and protect native wildlife. At the same time, compliance with these regulations is important to prevent the unwanted spread of red-eared sliders, including not keeping them as pets. Control measures are in place to prevent the turtle from laying eggs in the natural environment. The procedure involves injecting a hormone called progestin into the bodies of female red-eared sliders, reducing their ability to reproduce. Using nets to catch turtles is a common method to control populations of this species, often deployed in coastal areas from April to October, when red-eared turtles are actively breeding. The net is usually made from nylon, then dropped into the water and moved along river banks, ponds and lakes to catch turtles. Every day, this method can catch from 50 to 100 red-eared turtles, but the number can vary depending on environmental and weather conditions. According to research, using nets to catch red-eared turtles can reduce the number of this species each year by about 20 to 30%. In your opinion, are these measures to handle red-eared slider turtles reasonable? If so, leave number 1. Otherwise, if not reasonable, leave number 0 and share your opinion with us.